Guys, I'm going to be very quick with this one. This is Monday Night Raw, March 10th, 2025 review. Basically, overall, the show sucked outside of the main event. The main event was over the top ridiculous with kicking out of each other's finishers and so forth between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Action was really good. Reminding me a little of Will Ospreay and Kyle Fletcher from the night before, but this one was a lot cleaner. Not so much gore and all that kind of nonsense, just so that they could get a pop or a reaction. And I just think that they did a far better job with this steel cage match. They also had Roman Reigns come in. He went ahead. He attacked Seth Rollins, speared him several times, and then also curb stomped him once and was going to curb stomp him on the steps, but the authorities got involved and security got involved and stopped the attack. And then we went to we then went to the ring inside the steel cage where Paul Heyman was with CM Punk, grieving over how hurt he was and so forth, and that kind of made Roman Reigns laugh a little bit and chuckle, and then he attacked CM Punk, speared him as well. So we're off to the races on all this at this point in time, so it is what it is, as they would say. It looks like it's going to be a triple threat match. The way they booked this situation, they did a good job, in my opinion, to set themselves up with a reasonable course of action to make this suitable for us to actually accept and digest. At first, it seemed a little forced to do that, but the way they did it, it was perfectly fine. I think at the end of the day, the favor is going to be Paul Heyman turns on Roman Reigns and becomes CM Punk's wise man, and CM Punk becomes a heel anyway. You could have John Cena on SmackDown as a heel, CM Punk on Raw as a heel, and CM Punk ends up eventually with Paul Heyman becoming the World Heavyweight Champion. You can move Roman Reigns over to Monday Night Raw episodes and have him appear on there. And pretty much at the end of the day, Roman Reigns and CM Punk could have their moment of competing over the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw. And Roman Reigns could be Raw's head guy, I guess you could say. And CM Punk and Paul Heyman become allies to each other once again, with Paul Heyman being his manager. I like that move. I think that would be great. But anyway, main event, Jey Uso's in the arena to kick the show off. We get a match between Jey Uso and Grayson Waller. The match was shit. I didn't hardly pay attention. Jay White, of course, won the match. And from there, the match was over. Uso celebrated before being attacked from behind by Austin Theory. Uso fights back, but Waller attacks him from behind. A-Town down under, double team Uso. Jey Uso, Waller charges, but Uso gives him a back body drop over the top rope. Uso then ducks a clothesline from Theory and hits him with a spear. Uso heads to the top rope and connects with a Uso splash as Uso gets to his feet. World Heavyweight Champion Gunther gets in the ring and puts him in a sleeper hold once again. Rinse and repeat of the same old shit. We're talking about weeks of hell by Gunther, and all he's doing is putting him through sleeper holds and putting him out. Gunther puts Uso to sleep. WWE referees get in the ring and pull Gunther off. Gunther walks off on his unconscious WrestleMania opponent. So that's pretty much what occurred there. Rinse and repeat of the same old shit. Jey Uso's getting iced up in the trainer's room. Alpha Academy comes to check in on him. They show off the exclusive Travis Scott Cactus Jack collaboration shirt. And then Logan Paul gets in the ring. Paul gets in the ring and says, Madison Square Garden. The crowd boos him. Paul tries to speak, but the crowd loudly boos him down. Paul reiterates who he is and compares himself to The Rock, John Cena as the names that have transcended sports and entertainment. They will do anything it takes to get to the top. The crowd chants, "You suck." Paul cannot believe Cody Rhodes was dumb enough to reject The Rock's offer. It took John Cena 20 years to realize that nice guys finish last. Paul has known that since day one. That's why Paul wants to let The Rock know his soul is for sale. What a fucking dumbass. But whatever. He doesn't run away from opportunities when they present themselves. That's why he's in the ring in Madison Square Garden. The Reggies are watching from the stands and at home on television. He's a celebrity. That's why guys like Andrew Schultz come to see him. Talent recognizes talent. Paul wants to give Schultz a microphone, and Paul tells Schultz to let the people know why he came to MSG. Schultz says he came there for the steel cage match. Paul isn't happy, and Paul asks who he came to see, and he says, Logan, nobody is here to see you. The crowd roars, and Schultz says he's not in Cleveland. This is New York City, a real city, and in a real arena. They like real wrestlers. Schultz also knows who he wants to see, and that's AJ Styles. Paul is infuriated and pulls Andrew Schultz over the barricade, and Paul gets Schultz in the ring and sets up for a suplex. AJ Styles runs down, takes Paul out. Styles gets on the apron and connects with a phenomenal forearm. The crowd chants for Styles. Styles grabs a microphone as Paul holds his jaw at ringside. The WrestleMania sign hangs ominously in the background. Styles tells Paul to get in the ring because he's not done with him. Paul starts to walk off, and Styles mentions that Paul claims to not run away from opportunities. Paul keeps walking away. Styles shouts, "That is New York City." Styles holds Andrew Schultz's arm up, and they celebrate in the ring. Paul turns and looks at the ring, but doesn't get back in. I like the segment. It got to the point. Match with Logan Paul and AJ Styles. I welcome the idea. I think it's fine. I think it's going to go over well. It's probably going to be very similar to what Seth Rollins' match with Logan Paul was in WrestleMania 39, I believe it was. And that's probably the way that match is going to go, more than likely. I don't believe the match is going to fall short. I think it will be up to everyone's standards for these two men and what they're going to do in the ring. So I'm not too concerned about the situation. But I think that it's going to be something worth watching, definitely for a WrestleMania grudge match. Anyway, they show the results of what happened with Io Sky winning against Rhea Ripley. Later tonight, Michael Cole will interview Io Sky. Blah, blah, blah. Next, we have a Tornado tag team match with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against LWO, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee. They actually win the match. The New Day, they end up winning this matchup and pulling away with a W thanks to the help of Chad Gable in a mask. But he later on shows that he was not the one in the mask, apparently. Or he, of course, may have paid someone to got a double mask and gave that mask to that other person so that they can disguise themselves as him. So that's also another thing that could have occurred. Match was not all that big of a deal. The whole thing with Chad Gable as the masked luchador, that was the most important part of the whole thing. Next up, Finn Balor is furious backstage. He doesn't even have a clubhouse anymore. I don't know where the hell their clubhouse is gone, but it is weird. So Finn Balor is furious backstage. Braun Breaker is rubbing him the wrong way. Carlito isn't listening to Balor. Carlito then says John Cena is a bad guy. Can you believe that? WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez walk in with Dominic Mysterio. Logan announces that Rodriguez is battling Bayley, with the winner facing the Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria. Mysterio then tells Balor he got him an Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker next week. Balor embraces Mysterio and walks off. Mysterio is asked by Liv Morgan, why did you do that? Why wouldn't you do that for yourself? And it was real simple. He believes in Finn Balor and he believes that he can win the match, but not really with a whole lot of enthusiasm. He pretty much was bullshitting. He doesn't give a flying fuck. I think he's just looking for a reason to say he's going to fail and then get rid of him as soon as possible, making himself the leader and finding a new member to the Judgment Day. Okay. So anyway, we get the undisputed WWE Champion, American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Makes his entrance, huge ovation, blah, 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 blah. In 40 nights at WrestleMania 41, Cody Rhodes will defend the undisputed championship. The crowd loudly buzzes and chants for Rhodes. Rhodes says, so New York City, what do you want to talk about? Same old shit with the intro. Crowd chants, Cena sucks, and let's go Cena chants break out. Rhodes says, he's here because this is the cathedral of entertainment history. It's the home base of WWE. It's the center of the universe. It's the garden. His opponent, John Cena, loud boos, who he knows will be at WrestleMania 41, is not here tonight. Rhodes says Cena told his inner circle, which probably consists of Travis Scott and the final boss, The Rock, that he wouldn't be here but will be in Belgium next week. Rhodes doesn't like that. This is the same John Cena that won the United States Championship, returned from a torn pec here in Madison Square Garden. Apparently, it was an easy decision. It's also easy to swing at someone after you kick them in the nuts and had backed up. Rhodes does not begrudge Cena for having a part-time schedule, because a part-time Cena is better than a full-time someone else. What Rhodes does begrudge is Rhodes is interrupted by Let's Go Cena, Cena sucks chant. Rhodes listens to it and says fun things happen when it's live on Netflix. Rhodes tells the crowd to let John Cena hear it. Rhodes begrudges Cena for putting on social media, have the discipline to do what needs to be done even if you don't like it. Rhodes asks if they ever had a teacher or mentor by whom they were challenged. At a certain point, you have to say, sit down, John, you goddamn moron. No one defined best for business better than John Cena. They know what's best for business. The business has changed. It's always tacky to spout stats. The delusional one is 17. It doesn't happen. Rhodes will have the heartbreaking opportunity to break his hero's heart in his last chance. Cena will find out that he's the captain now. Rhodes thanks Madison Square Garden, and that is that. I thought the promo was good. I liked the attitude that he had. It's no more, oh, wow, he beat me up, I feel so bad, blah, blah, blah kind of crap. It's time to get in there, get in the ring and kick his ass and get some revenge of what occurred at the Elimination Chamber. Even though, yes, we know he ain't going to win the match, the good thing is he's not being a little bitch, pretty much. So next we had a number one contenders match for the Women's IC Championship. Raquel Rodriguez and Bayley. Nobody gave a flying shit about this match. Raquel Rodriguez wins. She's the number one contender. And Rodriguez celebrates with Morgan and Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio, that is. Kathy Kelly's backstage with Chad Gable. She mentions that he attacked Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee in a lucha mask. Gable says it wasn't him. He insults the New York City security. He says they're pathetic. And so forth. And we see a WWE security walking the masked man out of the ring. Out of the arena. And he says, see, I told you, it's terrible security here in New York. Thought that was a funny segment. Very good. I hope that Chad Gable gets some W's. It's time for him to get something going here. I mean, this is becoming ridiculous with him. Anyway, moving on. Women's World Champion Io Sky is with Dakota Kai. Sky then heads to the ring for an interview with Michael Cole. So Michael Cole's in the ring and introduces the new Women's World Champion Io Sky to the ring. Crowd chants Io. Cole congratulates her on going to WrestleMania as the Women's World Champion. How is she feeling after beating Rhea Ripley? The crowd chants, you deserve it. Sky thanks the fans. Sky says it's a dream to be here in Madison Square Garden as the champion. Sky proved that the impossible is possible. Now she is over the moon to be the champion going to WrestleMania. Cole says she'll have to work cut out. What? Hold on. Now she is over the moon to be the champion going to WrestleMania. Cole says she'll have to have her work cut out for her and introduces Bianca Belair, Sky's opponent at WrestleMania. Great. Belair makes her way to the ring, less excited than usual. Belair congratulates Sky on winning the title last week. She's excited for them to go to WrestleMania. Cole mentions that Belair got into it with Rhea Ripley last week. If she wasn't there, does Belair think Ripley would be standing here as the champion? Belair says she has enough drama. Ripley will not put her hands on her with no response. This is Brutality, which is Rhea Ripley's theme song to kick off her entrance music. Ripley charges down to the ring. Ripley asks Belair what the reason was that she was at ringside. Belair says she won the Elimination Chamber. Ripley says if she wasn't going to intervene, why was she there? Did she want to help Io Sky because she's scared she can't beat Ripley? There's no reason for Belair to be out there. Belair should have let her handle her business while she handled Naomi and Jade Cargill. Belair is not happy she brought that up. Belair says Ripley is not happy that she clapped for the two of them. This is a defense mechanism because Ripley can't beat Sky. They go face to face. Sky tries to get involved, but Ripley shoves her down. And Ripley says Belair is trying to hide behind Sky like she hid behind Naomi and Jade. Belair says she's not hiding now. Sky tries to get involved, but Belair shoves her back as well. Sky pulls Ripley back and slaps her in the face and then slaps Belair in the face. Sky demands respect, says she will not be an afterthought, and Sky storms off. I think that was fantastic for them to make Sky pissed off in the situation and so on. I thought it was good. Very good stuff. Not that it was all that big of a fucking deal to me, but at least they didn't make Sky look like an afterthought. I mean, initially they were, but near the end they made her the one standing tall at the end of all this. So I like that. Then the main event, like I said, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. Seth Rollins ends up winning this match, though. He gets pulled out by Roman Reigns after he delivered several curb stomps to CM Punk, especially one where he landed from the top rope onto CM Punk's skull. And that was pretty much it. I explained everything else. Roman Reigns intervened with the match and pretty much beat the tar out of both men and stood tall in the ring, raising the one up, and that was pretty much the end of the show. So, like I said, main event was good. The match itself, shit. Or the show itself was shit. And that's pretty much all. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button if you liked the video. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And leave a comment down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. Thank you guys very much for watching. And have a great night, guys. Bye.